Hello guys, I have some hotfix news for you. Let's start. The spice grinder body color now matches the selected spice. Without any spices selected, the spice grinder looks like this. You also have two red symbols underneath if you don't select any spice at all, as indicated by the no spices selected to the right. The spice grinding meter should now also update correctly. Even though the graphics seem to be freaking out here, it seems that I found a bug here. If you hover over the different spice grinders, the food that is spiced at the moment will change for whatever reason. The spice grinder now also tints while copying the settings. And they removed the cracked seeds. If you have less than one full seed, you can still use it and plant it. We do have a fungal spore here, for example. Let's grab it and transport it somewhere else. We only have the fungal spore with a 0.84 parts of a full seed inside, and now we can plant it here. Abe is grabbing the fungal spore and planting it as a full new plant, re-enabling our seed duplication once again. They moved the spice grinder to the food repurposing tag, here on the top right. They restored the spiced food only button to the refrigerator. And here to the right we have our base material for cooking. Let's go to the fridge with the spiced food only. You can't really see which spice has been used except you click on it. But we used the freshener spice on the meat, and the meat is now 13% more fresh per cycle. Meaning even though it is in an oxygen atmosphere, it will not spoil anymore. But if you want to know which spice has been used, you need to click on the barbecue or whatever food you have, hover over the seasoned information, and then you can see the +3 piloting, for example. They updated the artwork for the Somnium synthesizer's first pop-up. Oh, nice sound by the way. They added an animation for dispensing the pajamas. If a dupe gets interrupted doing that, they or another dupe will come back later and finish the task. There seems to be a new dream bubble, if I see correctly. Or maybe even a few of those. Except for Steve. Steve can't really sleep. They added additional power up or power down animations for the brain tank. I think what I mean is the different tiny brains activating one after each other until the building works fully. Now that the Somnium synthesizer is powered with dream journals and oxygen, it will give off light in a larger area than before the hotfix, but they reduced the light output in the middle to 7200. On the very edges you only get 1800. There have been more changes to the database. There are now rooms. Awesome. Agricultural, bathroom, food, etc. Recreation, for example, shows you the requirements you need for the room. And of course, the story traits, with the Creative Fluxomatic, with a new artwork, and the Somnium synthesizer as well. Speaking of the Creative Fluxomatic, its art has been updated. Gassy moose can now also be scanned with the Creative Fluxomatic. They fixed an issue where small critters could get stuck in the Creative Fluxomatic while waiting to be analyzed. The Somnium synthesizer should no longer play the Dream Journal deposit sound when being hovered. They removed pyrite from the Plug Slug's diet. They significantly increased the Sponge Slug's and Smog Slug's inhaling capabilities. I made this tiny setup to stop after exactly one cycle, so we can now check that the Smog Slug inhaled and exhaled exactly 30 kg of carbon dioxide. The Smog Slug on the right has 33 kg, whereas the Sponge Slug mopped and transported 560 kg of water in this single cycle. And the one to the right has also 560 kg of water transported this cycle. They fixed the Plug Slug's refined metal diet poop. They fixed the issue where dupes were reacting to high radiation sources inside of a transit tube, stopping mid-flight. I have that all the time, so I'm happy that I fixed it. Story traits now generate more consistently on spaced out style clusters, including the Moonlit clusters. This is the start world of the Moonlit cluster, and as you can see, no Somnium synthesizer anywhere. For the cluster, they now appear on non-start worlds. If we take a look at the secondary planet here, for example, we can see the Somnium synthesizer being present. And we can also see this nice generation fail, with the diamond natural tiles behind the window tiles, looking amazing by the way. And as you can see, the Creative Fluxomatic is on the same planet. As for the smaller changes and improvements, they added a specific world generation failure message for when story traits are unable to be placed. They fixed Scalpfish and Oxyfur not converging their respective element. They fixed an issue where conduit packets bypassing exit vents. Potential fix for navigation crash. Fixed oxalite not being absorbed when dropping out of an oxalite refinery. Fixing a bug that sometimes was crashing the game whenever a duplicant without a suit used the transit tube to escape to a safer zone. They fixed an issue where parquas were stuck falling when trying to eat from a feeder with a small amount of water above it. The algae terrarium now produces polluted water properly. Fixed missing audio crash when closing the time-lapse in the colony summary screen. Small modifications to the world generation of the Somnium synthesizer point of interest. And a few more.